how do I keep the prospect tied and glued to me throughout the 45 to 60-day process, right? Because the first thing that we always want to share with our prospects is that this is going to be fast, it's going to be smooth. You know, we should be done by the end of next month. And deep down inside though, our fears are actually reminding us of the experience we had with the Joneses file, that Patel file, right? 68 days in process and you still got that conditional approval and you're like, damn, this is gonna hurt. But you're over here telling this dude's gonna last 45 days and you're like crossing your fingers like, damn, this is probably gonna be like 98. Right? I'm gonna be with you for like a good 8 months, Jim. That's what it feels like, right? But I guess where I'm getting at is, number one is, if we can learn from the files that do last 60 plus days, what we will find out is at the end of the day, it was probably things that we could have handled up front, right? Because what really kind of puts us into the back of the line is that we missed certain things about the prospect. Like, oh, this dude has alimony and child support. I should have got a divorce decree, right? These are things that we probably should have handled up front, because otherwise, when we identify what the reason for that delay is, your file gets pushed back to the line. And because of the volume, you now not only have 20 files in that entire line, you got now 100 plus in that line. So it's gonna be a while until that file actually gets even viewed, right? So let's look at the checkpoints where files create delays. Number one is the PA queue. The only reason why your file is going to not go straight into underwriting is because the PA is going to identify a few things that you missed right up front. Get it? So then what does the PA do? The PA actually has to email you and say, hey, we're missing this, 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 and this. And then that trickles down into different time wasters like, oh, now I got to call my borrower. Now I got to email them. Now I got to chase them down. When I do finally get the documents, I got to let the PA know that, hey, these documents are in. But that time span took about 3 to 5 days. Get it? So what can we learn from that? Well, what we can learn from that is being a little bit more diligent on the front end. And so change the questions that we're asking. Make sure you're covering questions. And the only way that you can really do that is really learn from kind of those files that went through the massive amount of delay. Now, granted, there are some processors that are beyond capacity. And even though you have the cleanest file on earth, it just seems like it's not moving, right? And in instances like that, the only way you could really cover yourself is make sure that you're doing right by the actual loan processor. And I know it seems weird because the last thing we want to do is help this processor. They're not even helping us out, right?